We all chase happiness in any forms, like eating junk food, binge watching our favorite shows, or pushing ourselves in the gym and scrolling Instagram and everything. But everything is messing up our mind. Some happy hormones like serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin. They are designed to help us, but they are really not helping us. And they led us to even addiction, or like they make us unmotivated, or we feel stuck because of them. In this video, I'm going to break down how these hormones are tricking us and how to take control back. So, the reason why I had to make this video is because I saw so many videos about dopamine detox or dopamine or happy hormones and everything. But I just found that they usually are designed to help us. But are they really helping us? But I just wanted to say that if I'm going to scroll Instagram or eat junk the whole day, of course I'm going to feel good. It will be very happy for me. But instantly I'm going to feel unmotivated and I'm going to be very drained to even create or do anything else to achieve something. That's not happening. So I just tried it. I just wanted to know how I have to take back control from the happy hormones, which is actually fucking us up. I'm going to tell about all the happy hormones now. The first is dopamine. It is called reward hormone. So, reward means, so if you're going to scroll Instagram for at least half an hour, maybe I've seen people scrolling, I mean, I have done that for literally 2 hours continuously. We see so much of content there, and it will be very rewarding for us, and instantly so much will happen. So, that is actually a reward hormone. We feel good, we feel amazing when we do that. We eat food, junk food, and it feels good. We do workouts, it feels good. And that is not a bad habit actually. Other one is serotonin. It's mood stabilizer. So it means like when you're very happy, this hormone is helping you feel that you're happy. That's super confident, and you're walking in a pathway or anywhere, you're walking into a room with full of confidence. That means your serotonin is working. So the next one is oxytocin. And I already told you about oxytocin. It is called love hormone. When we talk to people and we connect with people, when we actually meet someone new, that's when, or if we hug or we connect with the new people, this hormone is helping you. It is oxytocin. If you're feeling very low and you're very depressed or you're in a very stressful situation, endorphins is going to help you because it's a pain reliever. It's pain hormone. It will just help you from, if you're very painful in a painful situation, it will help you. It is basically a painkiller. So we saw what are the definitions of all the happy hormones, right? So let's get into how they actually affect us. How are happy hormones messing us up and how are they really fucking us? I'm going to tell about dopamine overload. So let's take an example or experiment about this. So let's imagine that this glass of water is a dopamine level which you have when you wake up. This much of dopamine is required for your whole day. So, for example, you're going to watch some movie or anything which is actually a dopamine hit for you, or I'm going to say it again, like scrolling Instagram or anything else. You're going to waste it like half of the day you're going to waste. Oh, you have wasted this much of dopamine in the first half. Okay, so you have only this much. Do you think then the next hour is you're going to spend it on some other thing like watching a beautiful movie? Let's keep it for this. So you're getting to work and you really can't concentrate anything because you already spent so much of dopamine level which you had already. So the next thing is you spend a little dopamine while you're creating something in your work. Maybe you implemented a new idea. Oh, this much dopamine is there for the half of the day for you. You will definitely feel drained and you will have an urge to get to your bed and sleep, or maybe have a coffee and get motivated and again, and you again scroll Instagram and waste all the dopamine which you had. You wasted the whole dopamine level which you had for the day. Examples can be video games, or if you go out and play, your dopamine level will definitely get reduced, but you'll have an advantage to that. Like your fitness will increase, like you'll be fit, you will have a very good cardio health, and you will definitely lose dopamine in that, but it's for good, right? So what will happen if you continuously play? I'm not telling you that you shouldn't play or scroll Instagram, but there should be a limit. So for this, I have implemented one app in my life. Like I have set a limit for each of the app, but of course I'll, if it is very urgent, of course I'll so ignore the limit and of course go into it. But another app is OneSec. I use this app so that I will not get distracted and go watch Instagram, Reels, or anything else. So it helps me do that. I'll just tell in detail about OneSec later, but let's get to another happy hormone which is fucking us up. So the next one is serotonin's dark side. So, for example, we know that if we achieve something, this hormone is responsible for that, right? So, for example, if an employee is going to get promoted or he's going to get appreciated every now, like no one is actually criticizing him or they're not telling any feedback or anything. So he used to feel very happy that he achieved something and he'll stop seeking for other opportunities. He'll just settle for that. That creates a false statement or false achievement by this hormone. So, the conclusion for this hormone is that even if you feel like you achieved everything, there are still things that you don't know. And I'm not telling you to learn everything that is in the world, but it will be nice if you learn it. Because I am in my learning phase that I wanted to try everything and I wanted to learn which I don't know. So, yes, let's learn. So, the other hormone is oxytocin's betrayal. So, we know that it's a love hormone and it's responsible for us to like connect with people and everything, like sort of. Then, what if we get betrayed or cheated on? And what if our friendship or relationship fails? It's fucked up, right? This is how it is messing us. So we need to get into deeper into this topic because betrayal, breakup, and everything is very hard to overcome. And I have been in so much of friendship breakups because friendships can be very hard. Not everyone that you think are your real friend, and it's very amazing to see that people are not really for you, and you will know that the right people are staying with you now. So let's actually analyze people and keep them close. And we know that relationships can be toxic and friendships can be toxic. And uh, what if the toxic friendship or relationship is giving you so much of oxytocin? What will you do? You will definitely stay in that place without even realizing that it's toxic. This is how actually it is fucking us up. Just because you know that person for a very long time, or that you know that person from high school, or they studied with you in college, doesn't mean you have to be friends with them. Seriously, if they are toxic, you need to get out of it. Forget that oxytocin, happy hormones, and all. They are cheating you. I mean, the happy hormones are cheating you, of course. Your friends and your partner are cheating you, but there can be healthy also. But be aware of toxic relationship and friendships. So the next one is endorphins masking problems. So it's like if imagine that you are in a breakup and you actually shift your focus to another thing, and you go to gym, you work out so many workouts, you try new workouts and actually shift your mind. It can be okay, but it will be very painful after that if you don't address your emotions and feelings. Please address your feelings if you're sad, you're depressed, or broke, or if you're in a stressful situation, because shifting your mind can be very easy, but only for some time. This painkiller hormone is very dangerous, that it will make you feel good for some time, but it will fuck you up later. How to actually take control from this happy hormones fucking us? So the first thing is dopamine. You need to set limit for your applications or social media, and if you know that 2 episodes it's okay for your series to be watched today, please close it. You need to have self control in that. No other go. And then other thing which I told was 1 sec, right? So when you go in, open Instagram, it will ask you to breathe. Take a deep breath and think whether you really wanted to go into that or no. Using these applications and limits will just restrict you, or you will feel very stressed to even go and watch and use Instagram on any or any other applications. I will suggest you to read at least 2 pages of book, because that will increase your focus and concentration, because you are reading each and every word in that book and there is no distraction. You're not reading it in your laptop or you're not reading it in your phone to get distracted by notifications. And the other thing is, I actually turned off all my notifications in my phone because I don't want to get distracted. And when I work, I'll turn on do not disturb. And when I sleep, I'll turn off the sleep, and only few people will be able to connect with me or call me. That's how I restricted it. The next one is serotonin. Let's be delusional. We don't have to be realistic. People may say that be realistic, be like think very small dreams, or think what will actually be right for you. Maybe that person's perspective, environment, and experiences may be small or limiting, but you have to set a very big goal and work on it. We have to be delusional, guys, because being delusional will get you to your goals. Because how will you know that you are capable of things if you're very realistic? Oxytocin is a very dangerous hormone, and you need to be careful with who you are dealing with. Set standards for your friendship, set standards for your relationship. If a person is not really your type, or the person is not really, you maybe think that you like kind people, but that person is not very kind. Then why do you need to be in that relationship or friendship? You don't need that. If a person disrespects you, you need to get out because that's not your space. And please beware of the betrayals because you know if they are betrayed, you need to get out of it. You don't have to stay in that because it will very it will be very bad for your mental health. Yeah, I'll get into deeper in a different video about this. For endorphins, you need to address your emotions. There is no other go. Journal, write down what you're feeling right now. If you're very sad, if you're really happy, if you're stressed, address it. If you're angry, don't lash out. Just find your trigger. Find out why you're really angry, why you need to lash out to another person instead of actually trying to calm down. So you need to address your emotions in a right way. Don't dump or trauma dump your emotions to another person. You need to just focus on what is good for you. So, coming to the end, yes, happy hormones are really amazing, and we need to know how to take control of that happy hormones before they ruin us completely. Just let me know if you have ever felt trapped in your own happiness. And don't forget to subscribe and like, share to your friends that this hormones are really fucking us up. Bye. Thank you.